Hello, my name is Sasha. I will be your professor instructor for this class and your faceless voice for the rest of the semester. So this is Earth Systems, Geography 101 for the summer 2020 course. I welcome you. I'm just going to go over the syllabus so that you know what to expect for the rest of the semester. So as I said, my name's Sasha. I'm a PhD student here at Rutgers University, PhD candidate, and my email is listed here if at any point during the semester you have any questions for me. I'll be holding office hours on Thursdays from 1 to 2, but you can always just email me or set up an appointment so that we can talk about anything that you need discussed. There is a text for this class. It's Physical Geography by Daryl Hess. That text is completely optional, and we will not have any assignments that require you to have that text, and it is fairly expensive, so if you feel like you don't need it, then don't feel like you're obligated to get it. Everything that you will be tested on during this course will be gone through the lecture material, and there won't be any outside material besides what the assignments state. So everything for this class will be posted on the Sakai site, which hopefully you'll be able to check out all the resources available for that. And I just wanted to go over the course description and kind of get you guys to have a better idea of what to expect going forward and what the whole goal of this course is. So feel free to read through this. The syllabus is going to be posted on Sakai in the resources section. But the point of this class is to teach you about the Earth. So it brings in ideas from atmospheric science, hydrology, geology, all these different disciplines to kind of get a better understanding of how you as an individual might interact with the Earth and the processes that led the Earth to look the way that it is. And so this class fills the requirement for the GE requirements listed here. And you will be required to complete a number of assignments and quizzes and a final exam, which I'll talk about in a bit. It's important to realize that this is a full class, and you're expected to work the same number of hours as you would for a class during the normal fall or spring semester. So let's just talk about those requirements for this class. So this class has 5 weekly quizzes. Quizzes are going to be posted a week in advance, and they are due every Friday. We'll have additionally 4 assignments, which are worth 15 to 25% of points. So each of the quizzes are worth around 10% of your grade, and each of the assignments are roughly worth about 7% of your grade. And then we'll have a final exam, which is worth 60 points, or about 17% of your grade. So important to realize that the quizzes are very important and almost as important as your final exam. So make sure that you complete everything for this class. And we'll talk about what's required for all 3 of these in a little bit. So, as I stated, you are expected to commit 45 hours of work for each course credit, and as this is a 3-credit course, you're required to spend roughly 135 hours on this, and the assignments and the quizzes have been scaled to hopefully facilitate you spending that amount of time on it. So please make sure that you've allocated enough time for this course. Around 15 hours per week is what you're expected. And so that includes listening and watching all the lecture videos, completing all the assignments, doing the quizzes, and then studying and taking the final exam. So as I stated before, with the course requirements, the entire course is out of 300 points. So each assignment, quiz, and final exam has a different number of points allocated to it. And however many points you get out of 300 is what your final grade is for the class. There are some opportunities for extra credit, but for the most part, your grades on those three different things are what's going to define what your score is. So let me just talk about what the quizzes are going to be like. So all the quizzes are completely open book. You can use whatever resources available to you to answer the questions on the quizzes. The quizzes will be given to you at the start of the week, and they will be in a document uploaded into Sakai, and you will have to answer the questions in those quizzes based off of the lecture material. All of the quiz questions will be taken directly from the lecture material, and you don't need to have any outside resources in order to answer any of the questions. And all of the questions are also going to be sequential. So each question is in the order at which the answers will appear in the lecture material. So I highly encourage that you keep the quiz open and available while you're watching the lecture material, so you can go through and answer the questions as they come up in the material. There will be a number of random questions per se, so that includes throughout the video I might say something crazy like pigs fly on Tuesdays, and then there will be a question in the quiz that says what day of the week do pigs fly, and you would have to answer that. That's just to make sure that you're paying attention to the videos and that you're participating in it. And so those will be due on Friday every week and in a Word doc format. And so the late policy for the class is for every quiz, each day that the quiz is late, you'll lose 10 points, which equates to a little over 3% of your final grade, or 30% of the grade for the quiz. And so quizzes that are turned in more than 3 days late will not be accepted. For assignments, there will be 4 of them. They'll all be posted at the start of the course, and so you can check them out now. And I highly encourage you to work ahead at any point. You should be able to pretty much complete all the assignments as soon as you want, and you can turn them in at any time. The assignments are due, and you can check out the course calendar for when the exact dates are due, but they're always due at 11:55 p.m. on the date that they're due, Eastern Standard Time. And so just as with quizzes, make sure that you're submitting your assignments as Word docs, doc or docx, or PDFs, or directly into Sakai. And there you'll be docked 5 points for every day that assignment is late. And I'll try to get those assignments and quizzes graded as soon as possible for you to see your grades. For the final exam, it's a 60 multiple choice exam that is closed book, and that you'll be taking directly in Sakai. There'll be a time limit for that exam, and you have to take that exam on July 30th at 1 p.m. Very limited exceptions to that date will be available for if you have a doctor's notice or something like that, but for the most part, you should most definitely plan on taking your final exam and studying for it so that you're ready on July 30th at 1 p.m. We take inclusivity extremely important in this class, and I won't tolerate any student making any efforts to harass any other students in this class. That includes any use of hate speech against any individual or marginalized group, or biases against race, sex, gender, language, or nationality, or disability. And so if you include any language like that in your assignments or in the Sakai or in our email exchanges, just note that it won't be tolerated. You'll likely receive a 0 on that assignment. I'll do my best to provide trigger warnings whenever possible before the start of the lecture. There are a few lectures that I plan to discuss some sensitive topics that might be triggering. So I'll do my best to make sure that I warn you guys if that's the case. And please come to me if there's anything that you are uncomfortable with in the class. I'm open to hearing any your suggestions and am here if you have any instances of harassment or bullying or anything of that kind, and can be a resource to you. In terms of academic integrity, we take that incredibly serious. No plagiarism, do not cheat. You can read the academic integrity policy for Rutgers, but especially for the final exam, there's a 0 tolerance policy for any use of outside resources. And so we fully expect you to work on your own work and not use any outside sources. And I'll be checking a bunch of different cheating websites throughout the semester to make sure that nothing is posted, and anyone that uses anything like that will get a 0 and likely fail the class. So just be aware of that and don't commit plagiarism. I've included a list of different resources available for you, which you can check out. So there's Rutgers Counseling Services, there's the Disability Services, Violence and Prevention. So feel free to check those out, or let me know if you need any of those. And here's the most important part of the syllabus. Here's the course schedule, and we're going to be following this as best as possible. So you can see that there's roughly 1 lecture video for every day, including your quiz that's due on Friday. And so we'll start off with this first week, which includes the Intro to Earth, Atmosphere, Earth's Energy Balance, and Wind. And quiz 1 will cover those 4 lectures. The quizzes are always just about the lecture videos for that past week. And so your assignments are going to be due usually on Wednesdays, except for the last one, which is due on July 27th. And there again is your final exam. So hopefully you enjoy this class and you learn something interesting about the Earth. And I encourage you to email me if you have any questions or concerns going forwards. All right, thank you.